All right, now that we've looked at aldehydes, we're going to look at ketones because they're very similar in the fact that they have a double bonded O, but the only difference is that it is in between other carbons. Therefore, it's not at the end, but in the middle. So the first example shows this with the oxygen right there. So there's two ways of naming aldehydes. The first way is looking at how many carbons there are, and in this case it's butane because it's fully saturated except for the bonded oxygen. And the position of it, because this is the second carbon, would make this 2, and it ends with an O for ketone. The other way of naming it is focusing on everything but the functional group, so the R and R prime. And in this case, you go in alphabetical order. So this is a methyl and an ethyl, and ethyl is, or E is obviously before M, so you start with ethyl, methyl, and you end this way with just ketone. From here, you can look at another example with this one. Now, because in a ketone, it needs to have a double bonded oxygen in the middle, the first way doesn't need a position because it is obviously the only place it can go. Therefore, the name for this is just going to be propane 1, eliminating the position because it's the only spot it can be. On the other hand, eliminating this for the second way, you have two methyl groups. Therefore, you need the beginning of di to indicate the two of them, and methyl. And like before, you just end it with ketone. So now that you know the basics, have you try and try to solve this problem. Pause the video now and resume it to get the answer. All right, now that you've done the answer, what you should have come up with is, for the first way of answering is pentane 2,1. Because of the 5 carbons that are in this, and because the position of this is on the second carbon. The other way of naming it is going to be methyl, based off the carbon there, and then you have 3 right here, making it propyl. And again, you end it with ketone. And that is how you name ketones.